Hello, this is Quasi Noob Gamer, and I'm gonna be playing Kerbal Space Program 1.0.2. This is the stock career mode, which is a career mode with only the stock parts. I have 13.1 science, and I'm gonna try to get this electronics, which is 90 science. I just really want this Probodyne, Probodobodyne Octo, which has stability assist and basic solar panels. That's what I really want, so I can go to the moon with a scientist and not lose all power, to be able to do a lot of science. In order to do that, I'm going to go around Kerbin and gather the biome science from above, from space. And I know that could be tedious, so I'm just going to edit that out. Okay, I'll see you when that is done. Okay, so I've gathered EVA data from the biomes, from above the biomes, and now I'm going to go ahead and land in a place where many people don't land. They completely forget about it, or so I've heard. It's the ice caps, that's it. I'm gonna try to land on the ice caps. As you can see, I was on a polar orbit, so I could get as many biomes as I could. I had my periapts at, what was it, 36, 37. So it'll start slowing me down in the atmosphere. I'm trying to keep my engine. See if I can possibly land with it. Ugh, wait, that's the Mun. There it is. The camera moves when it's in you go over the poles and you're in a polar orbit. It changes every once in a while. But yeah, let's see. So as I was saying, I'm gonna try landing on the polar ice caps using the engine. Let's hope I don't. Oh, don't do it. Don't flip around. Don't flip around. Gotta keep myself facing that retrograde as best as possible. Oh, that's Jeb. He can do it for me. Click here and he'll keep the engines to where the heat's coming from. And I'm stretching. And that'll keep the fire right here. And if I'm not mistaken, it doesn't cause too much overheating. See, where is it at? It doesn't. Where it doesn't say it. But it doesn't cause a lot of heat. It reduces the section that's blocked, that's facing the wind, and with any luck, I'll be able to hit the. Looks like I might barely get to it. If I don't make it to the, I'm not going to make it up there. I guess I was too low. But hopefully I'll be able to get to the tundra, which is right around this area. It's also a not very visited area. A not so often visited area. But either way, I grabbed as much science as I could from orbit around near Kerbin. Well, not as much science, as much EVA data. And now, well, no, fix yourself. And if you can't, at least rotate. Do something. Oh, I lost my electric charge. That explains it. So it's pointless to keep that on. But yeah. Will I make it? No, I'm gonna land in the tundra. That slows me down. We're going to have to deploy it manually because I don't want to separate from it. I'm going to deploy shoot, slow us down some. I believe we are over the tundra. And now we're going on the way down. I'm going to have to use the lots of fuel that I have left to thrust to slow down my landing. But unfortunately I'm not in a too well lit area, so the sun's over there facing this way, so the shadow should be coming up from this side, and since it's pretty shadowy there, it's going to be hard to see. Especially since I have the game in windowed mode. But you should be able to tell that this starts to open at around 500, so you can start increasing your thrust when it opens 500 over the land. Just in case, I'm gonna start now. Got plenty of fuel. Try to land at under 5, and that'll work. And there, I have landed. And they can't do anything. I'm face down, or am I not? See, yeah, it's obstructed, so I can't get anything from there. I can't get out and get an EVA report, but I can get a crew report from, I'm on the grasslands. Didn't quite make it to the tundra. But I didn't have a crew report from the grasslands either, so it's more science. Let's see how it did. Oh, that got me close to it, but not quite. It got me 67 science. I didn't quite get enough to get the 90 required. Let's see, what was our biggest funds? It was command pod. Oh well. To get that extra bit of science, I'm going to get rid of all that and just launch right there and go through the biomes that I hear there's different biomes here in the Space Center itself, so I'm gonna go through those and try to get an EVA report from all that. It's gonna take a while, so I'm also gonna skip this so you guys don't have to not crew report. I'm into EVA and a ragdolled. I'm gonna get the EVA report. That's what I want. Let's see, gives me a bit of science, but I'm gonna go through a bunch of places here. There's a lot of them I hear, and I'm gonna get all that science. I'll see you back. I'll see you again once that's all done. Okay, welcome back. I've exceeded the 90 science that I needed to be able to get the science that I wanted. So I'm unlocking that, and now I'm going to build a rocket that's going to send a scientist to collect more data than I would with a regular pilot. Have the regular pod, we put that there which controls like if it was a pilot, And we put a parachute on top of that. There's the parachutes, there's the parachutes. Okay. And then we're going to put a heat shield because we're going to be coming back pretty fast. And we don't want to burn up. But we don't need the 200 vibrator. I'm just going to go with 120. It's lighter, but it's still pretty protective. And we're going to we're too close. Let's zoom out a bit. Put in the separator. Decoupler, that's what it is. And we're going to put a large tank along with, what am I looking for? Service bay. Put that on there, open it up, and well, actually I think it'd be better if it was above the fuel tank. Okay, that way we keep all the weight forward. Here we're going to have the science. We're going to have a goo. In order to have it perfectly centered, you're going to have two of them. Just put it in there until you can only see one. And it's not as easy as one would think. That's close to center. We go back, whoop, wrong way. We go back to one and we place it. And we're going to have our thermometer inside. It doesn't weigh much, so it shouldn't need much. And we're also going to put batteries. And cat, don't mess with my monitor. Those are huge batteries. We're going to put batteries in here. I think 2 batteries ought to be good enough. Let's see, is there anything else? Oh yes, of course we're going to need those things. What are those called again? Solar panels. We're going to put and that's all the science I had, so I guess I can close that up. And we're also going to put the Science Junior on there. So that means we're going to need more weight, more thrust. I think half a fuel tank ought to do. That should be more than enough. We're going to put our engine in there. I'm going to break it up. Shift click on it to move the whole ship up. And we're going to add more tanks for the main stage, or for the stage that takes us up. And we put the gimbaling engine. We're going to put these to help me stay facing the right way. I'm going to put 4 of them. And then we're going to put these on here to well, dang it, cat, quit doing that. I'm going to put it at 2. I'm going to put 2 here, and whoops, wrong button. 2 there, and we're going to alt click it to copy it. Put 2 over here. I'm going to use that for the solid fuel to get us out into, well, to get us up and about. Remember to hold down Alt while you click to copy, and that'll get us up. But we're also gonna have to test the Rocket brand, the Rockomax brand, the coupler, and we'll go ahead and put that at the bottom here. That will go at the same time as these, which are followed by these, and that'll start taking us off. We're going to put you along with these, so it'll give us a little bit of extra thrust at the beginning, and I believe this should get us to the moon and back. Well, not landing, just going around. And let's see, when are we? Yes, I said when. Okay, we're gonna warp time to daytime or daybreak, because, well, everything looks better when you can see it. Whoops. Hold that up and thrust up, and we go. And then reduce thrust, and up we go. So we go up, we reduce throttle, and then we switch again. Oh, that's shaking a lot. That's the problem with having a large rocket. Whoa! And we reduce that, release that, and we throttle all the way up. We start and we keep going. And we hope that we make it into orbit. What is that sound? I do not recognize that sound. We try to keep our orientation towards 90 degrees, because let's face it, the moon is at 90 degrees inclination. And we go to map to check our apoapse, and we just keep going. See, our acceleration's nearly 2 Gs. We can tell that by here. I think each line is 1 G force, and that's how fast we're climbing. And I'm gonna try to keep this angle here till the engine runs out. Let's see. Oh, it's in space, so we can go flat now. This will give us more momentum that way, making the expansion quicker. Now that's done. We jettison that, and excuse me, have to cough. And we wait till we get closer to the apoapse, and that's us in space. You can tell by the change in music that we've made into space. But the closer you are to apoapse, the easier it is to get to circularize your orbit. And I gotta start the engine before I can say I'm going to circularize my orbit. We check it, and we went up a little bit because the time's going too fast. So you point it up to slow it down, and hopefully start increasing a little bit, which tells us that we're okay. See how the timestamp going down? Well, we click on it and it keeps our numbers. We click on the AP and it keeps our numbers up. As you can see, timestamp going down. That means the hyperlapse is moving forward, and that means that we are whitening without losing potential altitude. And now I've gone too far. Got to keep it a little bit up. And that's our target right over there. And we check our fuel. Since it was a heavy rocket, I'm wondering if I'll be able to go around. And wrong button. All I want is to get the Apple apps to be shown. Once that's done, that means that we're getting close to orbit. And we need to be in relatively decent orbit, a relatively circular orbit, to be able to go to the moon. But once that's above 70, you're in space and in orbit, so that's good. That's good to remember. Always remember where you're headed. And it's above it, so now we can well, I can keep doing it until the hyperlapse is right around there, close to 45 degrees from the moon, because we're going to try to burn from there. Let's see, we set that as target. Can I for some reason the maneuver nodes don't seem to be working for me. I guess that's a bug, but guess I'm gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way, which is try to face the moon, towards the moon. Oh, I gotta make sure I keep my my panels facing the sun, so I can keep clicked out the window, so I can keep getting some electric charge. That's something we don't want to lose. But now I'm going to show you the benefits of having a scientist on board. We can open this and we can take the science. We right click, observe goo. It gives us 0.5 science, but it's some science, and we're going to keep it. And we're gonna log temperature. We've already done that. We don't need that. It doesn't give us any science, but the goo does. As Bob is a scientist, we can take him out, release, turn on the RCS and the lights, and move carefully to where we can right click, on the goo. We collect the data, we remove the data, and then too far. If you get too far, you lose all possibility, and then you hit restore, and as you can see, it's operational again, so you can get more data from it. That is the benefits of having a scientist go into space, which is why I needed the Octo. And since I've explained the benefits, I'll go ahead and try to board to keep on forgetting. Try get close to it. We grab it. And we get tossed into space because of the way it's done. Then we don't want to go too far. We'll be lost forever. I forget, what was it? Holding Alt while doing it? No, it's not Alt. What button was it? Control? Nope. I forgot. Control pushes you down. Center button? Nope. Maybe if I do it quickly I can board. Okay, I've got to do it quickly. And it'll board me back into the ship. But as I was saying, I was gonna face the moon. The moon's that way. I forgot. I'm gonna face the moon. And wait till it comes over the horizon. Best way to do it is by looking at the horizon. Am I facing the moon or am I facing against the moon? I think I'm facing against the moon. It would seem I'm facing against the moon. So we're gonna turn ourselves around. Actually, I think we should turn ourselves back around because I'm losing. Okay, it's back to negative. That means that keeping myself at this angle, or close to this angle, it'll keep me generating some electricity. But yes, this would be pointing towards the moon right there. That's where the moon is. As soon as that comes over the horizon, we start burning towards it. But as you can see, I'm using electricity. So in order to not use electricity, we're going to turn panels towards to where they catch the sunlight. Let's see, where's the panel and where's the sun? Oh dear. Okay, there we go. And then we'll just go to warp to where the moon's there. And the moon's come up, so we now face the moon. Well, we face the moon. Now we face prograde towards the moon, and we start going. We move to map mode because we gotta see when our apoapse hits the crosses the moon's whatchamacallit. And unfortunately it looks like I won't be able to make it around the moon. If anything, once I'm at 30, I'm going to actually, I think I might be able to let's see. Yeah, there it is. Let's get that pretty low if possible. Let's see. 3. Let's see, it's at, click on, it's at 74. Gotta get it as low as possible. 12,000, that should be more than enough. But when I'm around here, I'm gonna have to do a maneuver, because otherwise that's gonna launch me way too far and I won't be able to make it back to Kerbin.